but you said you liked me. Oh, I bet it was a right thing running up at the wrong time. And I think maybe if I'd held on tight, she'd still be sitting by my side. I'll never know, I'll never know. I don't like messing with regrets, but I doubt you ever leave my head. What could I have done, could I have said? I'll never know, I'll never know.
Hello, I hope you're doing well. I feel like I'm doing well, but girl, is there a lot going on in life right now? Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll get to a little update in a bit, but I feel like life has just been so busy right now. But I'm trying my best to like not get overwhelmed and trying to like see the positive in things, right? Like even though I have a lot to do and a lot to pay for, I'm trying to be like, you know, how blessed am I that I have all these things to do and I have things that I can pay for even though I don't want to. At least I have that opportunity, and just even everything that is going on in life, even if it seems bad, there's always a blessing, you know? I feel like I'm being very vague, and I hate being like one of those vague people. A quick little example, my car battery died the other day, and it was such an inconvenience because my car has been giving me not like problems, but like every time I turn on that car, I take a deep breath and I'm like, are you about to start or not? And for the longest time I didn't know what was going on, but now I do. At least I think I do. And it costs money to replace things, so that's kind of pissing me off. But you know what? How blessed am I that I have a car, that I can afford a battery, and that like I have this as a stress in life, you know what I mean? There are some other stuff going on that also pisses me off, but like, you know, same gist. Let's try our best to just see the good and the bad, because it's so easy to dwell. And it's such a beautiful day, and I'm just like, you know what, it's a good day to have a good day, so I'm gonna go ahead and have a good day, guys. But before we get started on this writing vlog, I just have to go ahead and thank you guys so much on all the love and support and kind words that I received on my last video. If you guys haven't watched it, go ahead and click the link in the description or the card above to watch it. But pretty much I talk about my thoughts on Black characters and how, in my experience, I've seen them portrayed and just stereotypes and stuff. I also talk a little bit about other groups as well that are subject to similar things. But I was really nervous when I was going to film this video and like post it, because I don't know, I feel like, for one, being online is super, like, it's such a vulnerable experience, and you never know who's going to misunderstand you or who just wants to misunderstand you, try to cancel you and whatnot. And I think at the end of the day, I really felt really strong in my beliefs, and I don't think in hindsight it's really all that controversial. But I don't know, sometimes I feel like people think that there's a certain way to have activism, or like there's just things that need to be addressed all the time, and I really rebuke that. And shout out to Becca, because she's been using the word rebuke a lot, and I have formally adopted that into my vocabulary. But anyways, I want to see more characters and write more characters, Black characters, that their whole life is about being Black and the struggles that come with being Black. Like, they can have other things going on, you know what I mean? So anyways, I got so many kind messages. I don't even know if I responded to all of them yet, but I just want to thank you guys for whoever watched, commented, liked that video, because it was just so validating to me to be able to say what is on my mind and things that really bother me, but then also have other people say, hey girl, I'm in the same boat as you, and I've struggled with that as well, and I hate it when this happens as well. And I just want to also say how, like, I know it's my channel and that I make my videos and I talk about things that are going on in my book and my life and hobbies and whatnot, but I also want to say how much I appreciate all of you guys for making this like a safe space to just talk about things. Like, I love how it's very mutually beneficial, where I can like say my thoughts, and so many people have told me that they resonate, and then also how it's equally as rewarding for me to hear that it resonates. So I'm like, okay, I see you, you see me, and we're like this. So I just really appreciate that. And I do want to talk more about things in the future, things that bother me, things that are on my mind. We'll probably have to build our way up to controversy, because I don't know. I can yap, guys, and I have very strong opinions. And not all of them are about necessarily writing, but I do think they affect writing, as amongst other things as well. So yeah, if y'all like it when I chat, then be careful what you wish for, because a girl can yap. So yeah, I just needed to go ahead and say that, and I just hope that the things that I say that resonate with you guys, that we can continue that conversation, and that other people can also add in on your thoughts, because I also, in the comment section of that video, so many people added more things that I didn't even touch upon, and I was like, oh my god, like I wanted to even mention that. Thank you so much for adding that to the conversation, because we again are on the same page, same brain cell. So please continue on these conversations, because I do think that they're very important to have, whether it's on your own YouTube channels, your own friend group, communities, comment sections, whatever. I do think it is very important. But yeah, let's go ahead and actually talk about writing. Let's get into a little writing update and see where I'm at. So oh my god, guys. All right, I don't even know, actually I know exactly what happened. So what happened was I've been seeing everywhere things about Love Island, and the last season was like a month ago. I think it started 2 months ago or something like that. But I was seeing like little clips on Instagram, comments about things about different couples and drama and all these things. I was getting like a little bit of, not FOMO, but I wanted to know what the heck was going on. And so my cousin told me that she had Peacock and that she finished Love Island, and I was like, okay girl, give me the password, I gotta know what's happening. And when I tell you guys, I binged the hell out of, I think it's season 7, but my first season of ever watching Love Island. Guys, I fear that it took up most of my time. I was going to bed at like 2 a.m. watching like so many episodes for days, and it took up my thoughts, guys, because I just kept thinking like, who's gonna get coupled up with who, and like who's going home, and like ugh. And so my mind, my priorities were elsewhere. I did not touch my book for a minute, and that's not the only thing I didn't touch. Like, I have responsibilities that I had to do that I didn't do. So it was just a mess. It was a mess, and I am sorry to myself for letting myself down. But I don't have any regrets, guys. This season was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. The way that 2 people got booted out for like racial comments is crazy. And I guess 2 isn't too much, but like it's kind of crazy that it happened twice. You know what I mean? And the way that they just be dumping people off and not even giving you like any information beyond one sentence, and you have to do research. Okay, I'm getting on a whole tangent. I'm so sorry. But yeah, moral of the story, I binged Love Island like crazy. 36 hours. Each one is at least an hour. So yeah, that was not good for me. And then after that, I felt like I had a, like, you know how you get movie hangovers and book hangovers? I got a Love is Blind. No. Love Island hangover, which sucks. Because I was like, I'm trying to be obsessed with my own couple. Why am I obsessed with Nicolandria right now? Like, I don't need that. So yeah, that is honestly where I flopped. It was not cute. It was not good. But you know, this is a very minor setback, because I've had setbacks last weeks before, and I've at least been writing here and there. I literally was writing the other day and today, went to a cafe and everything. So we're gonna try to get back on track, because this was crazy. I need to see how much I got delayed though. I'm currently on, well, I'm literally about to start chapter 27. Like, I think I have a paragraph or so left to write of chapter 26. And then we're on chapter 27. And I think by August, I want to be done with, ideally, right, I would write 10 chapters this month and be at 37. But that sounds crazy to me just because of so many things going on. And it's so annoying because, like, I'll be like, oh, I have nothing going on, this is the perfect time, and then all of a sudden everything wants to hit me at once. So I'm not gonna let that deter me. We're gonna still try to finish 10 chapters by the end of this month, and then the next month another 10 would be great. And then I think I only have like a couple chapters after that, because how many chapters do I have in this outline? I think 55. So it's not looking too cute. It's not looking too cute, but I'm not gonna stop. Because if I can literally binge Love Island, guys, I can write this book. Come on. Come on. I just need to like obsess over my own characters again. Like, I need to I love going on Pinterest and like getting the feels again, getting the vibe, and just being like obsessed with my own characters, my own books, and all that stuff. So we are gonna do that. I don't think I need to do that right now because I'm in a juicy scene. Oh my god, the way that I got this from Love Island, juicy scene. Let me know if you guys are gonna watch the reunion. Ah! Oh my god, it's gonna be messy. But yeah, I think that's my update. We need to get done, and I don't know how long this vlog's gonna be. It took already like a while since I posted last, so I do want to just film all day and post, but I have a couple appointments I gotta get to. So we'll just go ahead and see. If I have a lot of footage, we're just gonna end it and then start a new vlog so this one can go up. But yeah, we need to write, and I'm just like really excited to get into chapter 30. Chapter 30 is when crazy stuff happens, or at least like the real drama is gonna like go down. So I would love to have this chapter or this video end at chapter 30, but realistically I don't even know how long I've been talking already, and that might be already half the video depending. So let's go ahead and get writing. Well, let me eat dinner and then lunch, and then let's go ahead and write. Alright, bye! So something that I noticed after it's been a minute since I've been writing is that it's so hard to get back into like the characters and like how they would react in certain situations. And I think it's just because to begin with, I still am getting to know these characters, especially my main girl. I feel like at this point, I'm like in the weird between of like Noah is now more aware of her feelings towards the two love interests. And I don't know from where I'm currently at if that progression seems natural. Like I feel like once I get a bird's eye view and I read the whole thing, I'm gonna be like, whoa dude, where did that like drastic feelings come from? Like you hated him last chapter and now all of a sudden you're like thinking about him. Like it's something that I feel kind of annoyed about, like the more I'm writing about feelings. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but like I almost feel like the urge to go back, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I feel like it's not right. And I know it's not right because it's just the first draft, but like I just really kind of want to go back and see if like the progression of relationship makes sense. And I'm a pantser, but also I have an outline now. Like I pants the first half of where I currently am at and I outlined the rest. And I don't know if I took into account everything. So I do think that it's going to be a humbling experience, to say the least, when I'm done with this. Also, I was talking to Brielle a couple weeks ago and I was telling her how one of the things that I struggle with is when I have a scene, I feel like a lot of times because I don't know Noah very, very well, I often think about the scene and how it would be cool if she said this and that instead of thinking about what she would actually respond in that situation. It's because I don't know her fully. Like I'm still getting to know her. Let me sit down. Okay, sorry, I was just getting sick of standing. But yeah, pretty much I know that she is like very like determined and like stubborn and strong-willed and also kind, but there are parts of her where I feel like she's sometimes like silly and almost like juvenile. And I feel like in moments like that, it's because I felt like, oh, it'd be kind of fun if she did this or said this instead of, you know, staying true to who I think she is, even if I'm not 100% certain. And then it's almost like the scene forms her character in that instance. So I think that ties into how I'm feeling about like the progression of her relationships, because I think sometimes I'm like thinking, okay, what would she do in this situation? I think it'll be fun if she said this, this, or this. And I'm not really thinking about like how it is affecting her relationship with other people and how it's driving the plot further, because I'm thinking more so of like isolated scenes and being like, oh, it would be so juicy if she said this. I think that's the way I'm trying to put it. Because I think I mentioned in the beginning how like the current scene I'm writing, I feel like it's good. Like it's juicy, but I don't know if they're even there yet. I don't know if like we had enough build up. I don't know. And I just want to go back and figure it out. But it's like I'm trying to finish this in the fall, so I can't just keep going back. I, for the most part, only allow myself to reread a chapter, like the chapter before or the POV before or something, just to get my bearings. And then if I have an instant change, then I'll just change it right then and there. But I'm not gonna like sit with it and be like, something's not right. What is it? So, anyways, that's just currently what I'm dealing with, I guess. But I think there is currently a live going on with Taylor and Natalie, so I'm gonna hop on there and get some words down. Hello. So it is now the next day. I feel really good. I went to a cafe, got some words down, and y'all, when I was at that cafe, the way that I was blushing, I was geeking, because it was the end of chapter 26, and I think this was the first like blatant romantic scene that I've written. Ever since then, it's been like crumbs here and there, and although there wasn't like a full-on like, I don't know, confession or clarification, because things are still very much up in the air, like this was definitely the scene where it's like, oh wait, there's more here that both characters are now very much aware of. And the way that it's been so rewarding. I was just like skimming through the 26 chapters before then, and I just feel so rewarded. I don't know, like I am starting to get to the point where writing is not, I don't want to say it's like not as daunting, because I do still feel overwhelmed sometimes, and there are points where if I have no idea where I'm going with the scene, then I stall for a lot of the time. But I don't know, I feel like I'm writing a lot quicker. Between today and yesterday, I think I wrote almost 2,000 words, and probably collectively only spent 3-4 hours maybe, which I don't know how that compares to other people, but for me I feel like that's really good. And yeah, I don't know, I just feel really good about that. I feel good about my pace, though. I was looking at my outline, and for the next 2 chapters, like I feel like, I don't know, I'm thinking about combining them, but also I know that there's so many gaps that I've been missing, so I think I'm probably going to take the opportunity instead of combining them, because it seems like both of those chapters are very short from what I currently have. I'll probably bring in other things that I have left on the back burner that I definitely want to address, but also not feeling the pressure of like, oh, it needs to be fully completed, because it's okay to have a very rough draft for my rough draft, like who would have thought. But yeah, I'm just feeling really good about it, and happy that I finally have some like payoff after a year of writing this book, and over 50,000 words later, that something is actually happening. So I think the last thing that I said in update was about how I was feeling about the characters and how there's like inconsistency with personalities and stuff, and I feel like I mention that often, and I think I can't think about that right now. I just have to finish the damn book, and I know that the characters that I started with last year, and even 5 years, no shoot, it's been 6 years now, 6 years ago when I initially birthed this book idea, are very different, and I'm trying to be very comfortable with evolving and not stressing about it too much, because that's when I don't end up finishing the book, because I keep wanting to go back and all that stuff. But while I was writing this time at the cafe, although I do think that the words were coming out faster and more seamlessly, I don't know if like with the romance, because like I said, this is the first time where I was like, oh shoot, things are like clearer now. Looking back at the last chapter I wrote, I don't know if the progression, yes, on a large scale makes sense. Like, was there enough things that make them want to get to know each other and have these romantic feelings? I don't know yet, because especially in the enemies to lovers trope in this love triangle. I feel like the progression is kind of shaky for me because sometimes they argue, sometimes they don't. It seems like they're cordial, but now they're like kind of romantic, so I don't know. But then also in the last chapter, I don't know how to, I guess, get how do I say it? Like, I feel like it's hard for me to let go of the enemies part just because like they do bicker and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And again, at the end of the chapter was when they're like, oh shoot, something's here and whatnot. But I think because they were also on this neutral ground, we went from arguing to neutrality to friendship to romance, and I think in the last chapter I might have included all of that, which I don't know if the progression is right. I feel like my pacing is kind of all over the place, but you know, I tried to reread the last half of the chapter and I think it was okay, but maybe I just need to reread the whole thing. But again, I don't want to go back into editing mode, so I'm probably just gonna leave it there and keep on trucking because we're starting chapter 27 and y'all, chapter 30 I'm so excited for. We are pretty much in the middle of August, so I need to keep on trucking along. So this might be crazy, but I'm gonna try to see if I can finish chapter 27 today. I feel like I'll be so freaking happy if I can. So I'm just gonna get cozy and start doing that. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and put like a laptop emoji, a phone emoji, whichever one of those that you prefer. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Mwah.